875 words over the last 4 hours. Hello everyone, and welcome to my second of 4 monthly writing vlogs for Camp NaNoWriMo. And it is now Monday, April the 8th, and I have just finished my writing for the day. I meant to do an earlier update, but time, as it always does, got away from me. But I just finished writing, and I had a fairly productive day. I ended up deciding early on that I was going to scrap the last page and a half that I had written. I was just not feeling super great about it, and every time I picked up my notebook to write, I was feeling a little blocky. And usually when that happens, the thing that helps me the most is to just go back and find where it all started going wrong and redo it. So fortunately that only meant, like 500 words. But so I ripped that page out and I redid it, but that meant that I netted less words than I wrote today. I wrote around 1,200, but I only netted 930. So pretty close to my 1,000 words a day goal. So I'm pretty happy with that, and I've made some good progress in the plot. I feel a little bit better about it than where I had last left off, which justifies the rewriting. And yeah, something I'm working on, particularly with this draft, is working on being better about description. Description is always the bane of my existence. I come from a fan fiction background where descriptions of characters and setting are kind of unnecessary because they're already assumed. As I have gotten back into original fiction, that has been like the biggest struggle for me, is remembering that I need to describe my characters and the setting and everything. So I did a pretty good job of that today in this little section that I wrote, so I'm pretty happy with that. 1,200 words, 900 net. Obviously I've got some ground to make up. I'm still way behind pace, but again, just the fact that I am writing again every day is, an improvement over the last, 8 weeks. So that's it, just a quick update for today. I'm looking forward to getting back into it tomorrow. My hand is really cramping and I'm really tired, and so I'm just going to call it here. I could probably write more, but I have always found that if you leave off in a spot where you want to continue, the next time you start a writing session, it's easier to get back into it. So I'm going to leave it here for tonight and get back into it tomorrow, and I will check in with you then. Hello everyone. I regret to inform you that it is now Saturday afternoon. I have had an interesting week. I don't want to say it was tough, but it was very mentally taxing. It was a big transition week at my day job. I was training a new person and preparing for my move to a different office. And really all that boiled down to was that when I was coming home in the evenings, I just didn't have the mental energy to do anything. And I opened my notebook a couple of times and I just didn't accomplish anything. I did try, but I just couldn't summon the will or the words or the want. And so I haven't been doing anything. And I was really, very tempted to just call a wash on this week, give up on my content for the week because it's all hinging on being productive. And I wasn't, but I am going to try and get some words done here this weekend. I've got some major homework to do for some big grades coming up, so I've got to work on that. And then I also am supposed to be filming a cozy reading vlog that was supposed to start last night and didn't. So I've got a lot to play catch up on. I am going to first sit here and do some writing, try and get something, have something to say for this week. And then we'll see if the reading pans out. I've done a bunch of reading this morning, not for a vlog, unfortunately, but, making progress towards my monthly goals at least. And then I've got to start that here in a little while. But first I'm going to get some writing done. So I think I'll probably just break it up into chunks. I'll do some writing, I'll check in with you guys. I'll do some more writing, I'll check in with you guys. Outcome. So that's kind of where we're at. Like I said, I will check in with you guys here in a little bit once I have something to say for myself. Hello. It is now several hours later, and I have just written 3 pages. Unfortunately, the first page was a rewrite because I realized that part of the problem I was having this week was also feeling blocked. And usually when I am blocked on a scene, I go back to the point where I think it started to go wrong and I have to rewrite it to get myself out of it. And that was about a page this time. Funnily enough, the page that I rewrote ended up being the exact same word length of 381 words, which is so funny. But that means that I didn't gain any words by rewriting, but I also didn't lose any words by rewriting. But ultimately, I netted only 875 words over the last 4 hours. But I worked through this blockage. I'm in a much better place now. I think I'm going to have a much easier time getting through these next couple of scenes. So I am just going to keep going and keep writing. I'm taking breaks periodically to do a little bit of reading and just kind of, relax so I'm not overloading myself or burning myself out. I am just going to keep going until I can't go no mo today. So 875 words net. I just crossed the 5,000 word mark total, and I am supposed to be at 14,000 by tomorrow if I want to stay on pace, which means I have 9,000 more words to write. Not thinking that's going to happen, but I'm not really going for a hard number here. I'm just going until I can't anymore. That's my plan. So like I said, I feel good about the next couple of scenes, and then at some point I have to sit down and kind of plan out what one major, it's going to be like the call to action, not quite the inciting incident, but it's going to be like the big scene where it's a lot of information. It's, the main character has a choice to make about whether she wants to move forward with this new information, this potential adventure or not. And I have to kind of map out in my head how much information is going to be dumped in that scene and kind of how the direction of it will go. I've been really stuck on that. I've been trying to plan that out for weeks. And I can't quite get my head around it. But my problem is I can't plan anything after that until I know how much information I'm giving in that scene. So I'm going to have to stop and take a break and do that at some point. But for now, that's probably not going to be, that's probably another 10,000 words in my future. So I've got a little bit of time, but I would really like to get that figured out. But anyway, like I said, for now, I'm going to just keep going and keep going until my hand falls off because it is cramping pretty good. But anyway, I'll check in again with you guys in a little bit when I've done hopefully a lot more writing. Hello everyone, it is now Sunday night. I meant to update you yesterday before I went to bed, but I was still working when my partner came to bed. And I didn't really feel like getting up and taking all my filming stuff out into another room because I'm in my bedroom working. Anyway, so, and then I didn't write at all today. Toto wants to be part of this too. I didn't write at all today. I actually spent the last 12 hours working on homework because I took a little nap during the middle of the day, and I would periodically take a break and read a couple pages. But that's really all I accomplished today. So my total for the whole weekend was about 1,600 words, which obviously helps, but doesn't make that much ground up. I'm over the 6,000 word mark now, but I should be at 15,000 for this second week. But anyway, it's whatever. This coming week is going to be interesting. I'm not entirely sure how it's going to go. It could be like this last week was, and it's going to take a lot of mental energy, or it could go in the complete opposite direction. Like I said, not a super productive week in writing, only about 2,800 words, but productive in terms of like forward movement. I got over some writer's block. I am into some scenes that I have, that I feel really excited about. It is what it is. That's just life. And like, something else that's really important to remember, and this goes for everyone who has been where I've been, where you're struggling to get back into a writing habit and life gets in the way, it's that you don't just give up because you have a tough couple of days or a tough week. It would have been really easy for me yesterday to just give up on writing completely and just spend the day playing video games with my partner or reading, because I'm behind on my reading too, or whatever, or laying in bed. But, well, I did lay in bed. I've been in my bedroom, I feel like, all weekend. But anyway, like, that's not the point. The point is like, it'd be really easy to just say, I had a shitty week, I'm writing this week off, and we'll start again next week. And I was tempted. I was very tempted. When I got up on Saturday morning, I was very seriously considering just saying, I don't have any material, what would be the point? But I carried on. And that's really important, is not listening to that instinct. I mean, obviously, if you need a break, take it, but like, if something is telling you to quit because you've had a stumble, don't listen to it. Pitch it into the fire if you can. So, I am going to bid this whole last week adieu. I'm going to get in the shower, and we will start again tomorrow with a brand new writing vlog. Thank you so much for your support, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.